All right, y'all, let's get to work. Y'all already know what it is. It's Wednesday night. It is time for the radio takeover with the Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing 40 and Up Facebook group. We're back at it at our usual time, 8 to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, right here on Beat Break 87 FM, home for your talk and music and part of the Reach One Network. Real quick before we get going, just want to say you could go to therandomselect.com, catch past episodes of the radio show and the podcast. And we're back at it, guys. Y'all know what it is. Wednesday night radio takeover with the 40. It ain't nothing like the real thing, 40 and up Facebook group. So we're gonna give everybody a chance to introduce themselves. How are you doing, Mr. Darrell?
I am just great. I hope everybody out there is doing wonderful. And don't forget about that email address because this is the Wednesday night takeover. So appropriately, the email address is Wednesday night takeover at gmail.com because we want to know what you want to talk about also.
All right. Just to reiterate what Darrell said, Wednesday night radio takeover at gmail.com. Send your questions, your comments, or anything in between to that email address. And our lovely, lovely Miss Andrea will make sure she get back to you and spread it to the rest of us. With that being said, how are you doing, Miss Andrea?
I'm great. How are you this evening?
No, I cannot complain. Ready to have a great show as usual. And how are you doing, Miss Diane?
Doing just fine. A little under the weather, but I'll be all right.
All right. She's a little under the weather, but she's still being a trooper and she's right here. And with that being said, how are you doing, Roxanne?
Doing just fine. How's everybody out there? Hello, everybody.
All right. What about you, Miss Dianetta? How's it going?
I'm doing great. Welcome.
All right. Miss Marlena?
Alive and well. Thank you. How is everyone else this evening?
All right. Is Miss Reese in or she not?
No.
Okay. Did we get everybody?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, we're going to get right into the fire. We're going to start off with, as usual, with our current topic, current event, what's going on in the world. And we decided to go with, there's a lady who's, how old was she, 74, something like that?
79, I believe.
Ooh, 79. And she recently got locked back up because she didn't answer her phone from the federal prison board. She was supposed to check in. She got an ankle monitor, and because she was taking some computer programming class, and they considered her to. They said that she could have been out robbing a bank. Since they didn't know that, they considered her out robbing a bank, and they violated her and locked her back up. So we want to know how y'all feeling about that. Darrell, I'll start with you.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. If you're on parole, if you're on any kind of anything from a prison system and you are to be monitored, you know that you're to be monitored and you know the consequences of not being available when you were told to be available, they're real. Now, do I believe that they may let her back out? I think if they're going to do it, they better hurry up and do it because this is actually under Trump's administration that they allowed these people to get out for COVID. And I don't know that Biden plans to continue it, but I believe the right thing to do would be to bring her in, let her experience this, chastise her. And since she was trying to do what was right, other than answering her phone, I don't think she'd ever make that same mistake again. Because that was certainly a life-changing decision to not be in place when you know you're supposed to be in place.
Okay, very well said, Miss Marlena.
If you are on house arrest or anything like that, and you choose to try to go out in the community and do something positive, I think you would need to probably talk to the appropriate authorities to make sure that they know where you are if you're not going to be home and what you're doing. So that maybe they won't call you during that time. I think it was an honest mistake, but I just hope I hope she has the opportunity to get another chance at it.
Okay. How you feeling about this, Miss Dionetta?
Well, from what I read in the article, they knew that she was in class because the monitor told them exactly where she was. But for the mere fact that she didn't answer the phone, just like Daryl said, they said she could have been robbing a bank, and they knew that she was not. I do think this was an honest mistake on her part, but believe me, if I had been in jail for 16 years and I had an opportunity to be out, nothing would have stopped me from going to answer that phone. I would have, I could have been in the middle of a driving test. I'd have had to pull over to, I'm sorry, I have to call this number.
Yep. We could have been humping.
Yeah.
Got this.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Miss Roxanne?
I agree with everybody else because once you're on house arrest, you have to abide by the rules. But with her being 79 years old and she was taking a class and they knew where she was, I feel it's both parties' fault. Two fingers in the wind, both parties' fault. Because the people in the office knew where she was, because she keeps in tabs with them, and she knows where she was, and they knew she could not answer that phone. That is another thing, taking advantage of the people that run the office, taking advantage of the system.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave that right there.
And that's a good point that you made, Roxanne, because
Yeah,
once you become part of the system, you are at the will, beck and call of the system.
Of the system, and they failed her. They knew she was in class. She's 79 years old. She cannot answer the phone during a class that she was taking. And the system knew. It's who's ever running her case that failed her. I hope that person responsible, and that's all I'm saying.
Okay. What about you, Andrea?
Okay, I'm gonna speak on this from being a person who has worked in the correctional system. Once you are paroled and placed on house arrest and things or whatnot, you have to give them, like, if you're going to school, what time your hours for schools and things are, your time for work and all of that, etc. So they should have known that she was in class. Yes, they are wrong for trying to send her back to prison for this era. They shouldn't have called her during the time that she was supposed to be in class. But on the same hand, you're on parole. You're out. Make it your business to answer their call or call them back, regardless to what you're doing, because why, you know the consequences of not picking up that phone or not giving or checking in with them. You know that 9 times out of 10, you can automatically be sent back. So
Well, you said they're token. They knew what they was doing to that elderly lady.
I agree with that. I agree it was harsh. I agree it was harsh. And I think it's ridiculous, actually. But again, like we've all stated, that if you're part of the system, then you become part of the system and you're subject to whatever they deem is right until somebody else can supersede them.
See, the only problem I have with this is that in the story, she immediately said that she was always worried that they might send her back. So if that was me and I had those type of concerns or those type of worries, I am doing everything in my power to dot my I's, cross my T's to make sure that I don't
Right.
give them any reason to send me back. I don't care if I had to call, send me something in an email, send me some type of verification to let me know that you understand that I'm going to this particular class. So, because I'm at 79, I mean, you don't want to go back in there after spending that much time in there. At this particular point, that lady is a elderly senior citizen woman. You trying to tell me nobody couldn't say, hey, work this out, or either just say, okay, I don't know, do some community service or whatever you feel you had to do other than lock her back up? Because we got real criminals and real crime going on out there. This
Exactly.
is what y'all choose to use y'all power and your personnel and resources for?
Can I mention this?
Damned if she do and damned if she don't. She was
Can I
damned
mention this though?
to people and damned if she don't by bettering herself, because that would be held against.
But I want to mention that before we just started talking about this, before I saw this story the other day, about, I guess 3 weeks ago, there was an article that was talking about sending people back that they let out due to COVID.
Yes.
There was an article about that before I ever saw this particular story here. So maybe that's just all in the plan. Whatever they can get you on is what they're gonna get you on.
Okay.
And even,
I think it's bad though. It's bad. It's a bad policy. It sends a bad message. It does.
and even with that, I want to correct some things that we have said just to make stay with that we stick with the facts. The woman's name is Gwen Lewis, and she's 76. And to what Daryl just said, you don't just let somebody out, regardless to how many years they've been incarcerated, to reconnect with their families and then just send them back. That is totally wrong. That is totally out of order. This woman is 76 years old. She has spent 16 years of her life in prison for a kilo of heroin. That's too much time for that. And then with her being 76, let that woman be at home with her family. She's done enough time for that. Okay, yes, true enough, she didn't answer the phone. Yes, I feel that she should receive some type of punishment or something. Give her 30 days in jail
Do you think
or something like that.
do you think if she was white, Andrea, that she would have got the same treatment? Hell
Do
no.
I? No, no. This wouldn't even made a news story. We wouldn't be talking about this today if she had been white.
Okay.
That would have been swept under the rug. And if she was out there robbing a bank, she would have robbed the bank. If she was white and had been doing this. But this woman was honestly in a class trying to better herself. And from my understanding of the article, trying to better herself to get ready for a job interview.
Yeah, that was
Come on now, she came out trying to do the right thing. She ain't out there trying to sell heroin anymore.
Okay.
Let this woman be at home, reconnect with her kids. She don't know how much time she got left on this earth. No, none of us do.
This is true. But now, since we were talking about her charge, I just want to go over something. We said it was just that heroin and it was just a kilogram. Kilogram is 1.1 pounds of heroin, and that is major, major, major. I'm surprised they didn't hit her with the kingpin.
did her time.
I'm just saying that what she did was serious, but they made the decision to let her out, so they should abide by that. It's ridiculous to take it that far over a phone call because you knew
Yes.
where she was, because she has to tell you exactly what her schedule is. I think it's harsh, and I hope that enough press comes about this that they actually do the right thing by her and allow her to never make that mistake again.
Okay, let's
Office people that have control over your life, they get to choose how they call you and treat you. They will not do their own people like that.
Okay, let's give Diane a chance to chime in on that. She hasn't had a chance to say anything. Diane.
Well, to what Earl said, a kilogram, 2.2 pounds. So that is an awful lot of heroin, but that still doesn't give you the kingpin statute, unless there's other things. My point is, if this lady, this is a non-violent offense. There was no crimes of murder or like you said, the kingpin. So I think giving somebody 26 years is ridiculous to begin with. And especially being that people get a term of life for a murder, and that's 25 years, and they're out in 13, 14 years. And I know that personally. So because this is a non-violent crime, why the hell she ain't been out? Why should she just be let out because of COVID? They basically just kind of stuck her in prison and left her in there possibly rot. Now that she's out, it's almost as if she is showing positive things, and they don't want any Black person or to have that positive light that's been in prison. But like she said, she's been rehabilitated. I don't know. This is just weird all around. She has not done anything violent, and I think she should not still be on parole, period. I think she should just be free, period, because people that murder folks are free.
In the feds, there are federal mandates for time as far as what you do.
I understand the difference between federal and the other kind. I know it's you got to do your time year for year.
No, 85 in the feds, 85%.
But she wasn't in federal prison. She was released from prison.
But her original charge was a federal crime, though.
Yeah, her charge was a federal crime. So, yeah.
She did her day for day with federal prison because I used to be a deputy sheriff and worked within the police department and for the government. She did her federal time, period.
But she
got
didn't
24
years. She didn't do her federal time. They let her out because of COVID.
Years. She only did 6
years. Let her out because of COVID. With federal time, when they let you out because of COVID, your time has ended.
No, that's not true.
No.
Okay.
The time
here in Texas,
they can go back. They can.
Parole still is your time, and if you break parole, you have to go back and finish.
She didn't break parole. She had a choice: answer the telephone and not finish her class and get kicked out of her class, because then she cannot better herself.
No, they wouldn't have kicked her out.
The telephone, or go back to federal pen.
They wouldn't have kicked her out.
That's not a choice for no person of color. I don't care if you're Black, yellow, brown, or white. No person of color should be put under that pressure, because the federal office knew where you were.
Yep.
Your ankle bracelet tells you where they were. And that person that you report to guaranteed that you could go to class to better yourself, and then turn around and lock you back up. That's some bullshit.
It is. I'd have answered my phone though.
Yeah, I would have answered my phone. But what's missing in this whole thing? What's missing in this whole thing is the human element. Whoever's her parole officer, whoever's watching over her case manager, or whatever the term for that is, should have put some compassion toward this and looked at this case from a human standpoint instead of just going strictly by the numbers or strictly by whatever format they got. Sometimes you got to look at this and say, if she really wasn't doing anything, we could prove that she was in class. It's no harm, no foul here.
But I could say like this here, Mario, whoever her parole officer was, which we need to investigate more, is probably running for an office or something and is white. Bet you that. We
Well,
need to
it'll be hard to
investigate
disagree with you on that.
person. We have to investigate that person
We
who was
gotta
in charge of her case.
we
Because
gotta
it's
get the
something
Republicans.
that person is gonna move up in.
We gotta get them Republicans out of there is what we have to do.
It may not even be
I
a Republican, could be even a Democrat. That
Baby,
running
I'm just talking about as a whole. But they say you're not supposed to discuss religion or politics, so I'm gonna gracefully bow out of that.
Well, I'm gonna make one last point and then we'll move on. But back to something Daryl said about if Trump, for as bad as Trump was, let these people out due to COVID because of prison overcrowdedness and spreading COVID. If they let you out, it's no way Biden and his administration should mandate that these people go back. Unless they violate or they commit a crime or something serious. I ain't talking about jaywalking or nothing like that, because they be trying to violate you for everything now. If you did something that's just heinous or got back out and start back trying to push heroin, yes. But you cannot just send all these people back to prison because you don't agree with what that man did. He let them be, move on to something more important.
You know what? It would be one thing if it was that simple, Mario. It would really be wonderful if it was that simple. But what you had to understand is this country, if you call a country, is a corporation. This is about dollars. I'm here to tell you that every prisoner that's on the street represents at least $35,000 to $45,000 per year per person. And it's money, and they don't get paid unless those people are in prison. So I'm telling you that this whole thing has always been about money. This ain't a country. This is a corporation, man. We in the middle of a COVID crisis. What did they say? Here, take these few dollars right here. Take this whole money. Take this $40 for 30 days and get out here and carry your ass out here in this COVID and spend it. Because you have to what? What was the words he used? We have to divide our time. It's not about people. It's about dollars. It's about dollars. And it's a shame.
So Marlene, Marlena, what do you have to say on it?
I already spoke on it,
Marlena already answered.
but I do want to say that I think it's so sad for her because here she is. She knows that she did something wrong and she's been home trying to make amends to her family. And now all of a sudden she gets into this ordeal and has to go back to prison. And I just think that's, horrible.
Okay. All right. Well, that sums that up. It's a messed up situation all the way around, and we do understand that reform needs to be done to the prison system, to the probation system, child support, all type of every damn thing need to be reformed. So, all right. So let's get into our regular questions and program, and change the mood a little bit. All right, since Marlena, you right there. What would you do if you came home and found out, or not even came home, if you just found out that your husband had a whole nother family somewhere else?
Whew. Oh, wow. There's a lot I would have to think about with that, because was this family before our relationship? Was it after our relationship? I I
You
don't
gonna get
know what I would, I'm married to the guy. I don't know what I would do at that point.
Okay, for this point going forward, let's just assume it's during.
During,
Yes.
oh no, that means that rascal cheated. And I have zero tolerance for a cheater. So he's a done deal.
No matter how much you love him, no matter how
I don't
much he's
care.
been taking care of the
He
family.
didn't love me.
Yeah. I'm thinking
He
he
didn't love
cheated.
me.
He cheated either way. That's what I'm thinking. If he had that family before you, he cheated on that family to be with you.
Okay.
If it,
Well,
Maybe
Dara,
so, but it's possible that he had a family before me, and that the relationship did not work out between them, and they resolved their relationship. He just didn't tell me he had a family before me. Now, that would be something that I would have to truly think about.
yeah.
okay, Dara, what about you? What if you find out Marguerite had a family, another family outside of you? You know,
I'm gonna need I'm gonna just go on and be honest. I ain't gonna make nothing up. I'm gonna need a motherfucking Kit Kat. Cause I'm gonna need a minute. I'm gonna need a motherfucking minute, and then I'm gonna need that other candy bar so I cannot act. I'm gonna be acting. I mean, there's really nothing for you to do but be devastated and move the hell on. There's really, I mean, what else can you do? You're gonna get angry. You're probably gonna go through all of the stages of death, because in a way, it is a death. It's a death of your dream, of your plans, of your love, of your hope. So I would imagine you would go through the 5 stages of death in that thing. But the first one, that's gonna be a little angry. But I'm gonna have to suck it up and go the hell on. I ain't hurt nobody. I ain't killing nobody. I ain't going to jail, and everybody else still out there doing what they was doing. No, I'm good. I'm gonna be hurt. I'm gonna shed a few tears. I'm gonna lick my wounds and call it a whatever it was.
Okay. What about you, Diane?
If I found out that my spouse has a whole nother family, then throughout our marriage, he was basically cheating, and supporting a whole nother family. I'm like Daryl. I have to go through all the phases and stages of whatever I need to get over it. Probably go buy me a new car and be like Stella, go get my groove back. But no, I wouldn't stay in the relationship with him. I'll let that other family have him, because he wouldn't deserve me.
Okay. What about you, Andrea?
A whole nother family. Wow. I'm out. I am totally out. And because you went outside our marriage, made a whole nother family, man, that's a hard pill to swallow there. You got these other kids and whatnot. And I'm sorry, boo, I may love you, but I got to go. You didn't respect our marriage enough to keep yourself. No, I'm sorry, I just have to go.
But what if he tell you in the process of you saying that, he say, excuse me, I just want to correct one little thing. I stepped out on my first wife to have you the second family.
What's your point?
I'm just saying, you assuming that you were the main person. What if he say you the second family? It doesn't matter.
And still, what's your point?
Okay. I know you're a little bit.
That would be my response to him. And what's your point? But regardless to what you did, we're now together. if you did it the first time for us to be together, why go back and do it a second, a third, or fourth time? If there's an issue here, let me know what that issue is, so we can now talk about this and correct this, so we don't have to go down the same path. We're not gonna continue to repeat a cycle. No, because
So
if
y'all,
I'm with you, I'm
y'all
with
can't be,
you.
so y'all can't be blended.
Can we be blended? Okay. If the situation was that he left the wife to be with me, of course I'll have to accept everything that comes along with it. But in the if you're doing it to me to be with somebody else, dude, it's a wrap. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. What about
But
you,
you
Miss
know what?
Donetta? Well, go ahead,
Hold
Daryl.
on. Before we go to Donetta, Andrea, we're gonna say that
Yes.
this is the worst case scenario, and because I know you a little bit, right? And I want to know. I know you out and everything. I want to know what you're gonna do before you go out.
What I'm gonna do?
Yeah, because you know you're gonna do something. You know. I know you a little bit. It ain't gonna be like you just say, "Oh, okay, it's like that, so I'm out." No, that ain't what that's gonna be like.
What I'm gonna do? Okay, do you want Andrea today or Andrea back in the day? See, Andrea back in the day might have kicked some doors in, might have did, but Andrea now, Andrea back in the day probably would have fucked your ass the fuck up. But Andrea now is like, I don't
Just gonna
have
kill
time
your car.
for this. Huh?
Just gonna kill your car and some shit.
Yeah, just go on, man. Go on. Just go on about your business. That's what you decided to do. He go get a few choice words, but all that other, nah, I'm good with. That's just who I am now. But me back in the day, now, oh Lord Jesus, that would have been that other person. That would have been Shanquilica right there, not Andrea.
Okay.
Just keeping it real.
Diane, we getting a little feedback from your side. What I was gonna say. So Miss Donetta, what about you?
I'm out. I'm not into sharing. I wouldn't care whether it was before, during, or after. If he need a ride to her house, I can give him that.
Oh,
Well, you a good one.
you
No,
know
Miss
what?
Donetta. No, Miss
That's why I
Donetta.
love you.
I love you, but no rides to the house. We have Uber.
Oh, I'll
We
give him.
have Lyft.
I don't have a problem with that. Not only will I will pack his bag for him. In fact, he ain't
Oh,
even come back. He ain't even got to come back get his stuff. I'll pack his bag and take it to her house. Leave it on her porch, and they can do what they want to do from there.
What if you drop him off there and then a little girl run out and say, "Daddy," and she looked just like your little girl?
oh,
Then she just looks like my little girl.
No
We
love for
driving
the
on.
kids. No love for the kids.
No. That child is not a part. That child is not a part of my life, and she won't be a part of my child's life. Not unless when she gets older, she decides that she want to know who her sister is.
Wait, so you ain't gonna even let the kids interact?
you ain't gonna let the
No,
babies play?
no, no.
Man. All right, Miss
That's a
Roxanne.
decision. That's a decision she's gonna have to make when she gets older, when she's able to make her own decision.
But when
But
he
as
come
a
pick
mother,
his kids up, and you not gonna let him see his kids with you anymore?
he can come get to see his child, but his child can't go to that house. No,
So when he come get his visitation right, take his baby to McDonald's, he can't take his baby can't spend the night at his house?
no, because they're gonna we're gonna have no. He can't see it. He can't see my child by himself. No,
Oh, you got some attorneys in your future.
thank you, thank you.
What about you, Roxanne?
Well, as of what is this month? June 26th, 29th, June 16th, I've been married 43 years. I've been separated for over 10. The reason I'm separated is because of this man produced a family while he was married to me. I left with the clothes on my back, but guess who's with me? I sold every motherfucking thing, even the house he goddamn live in. I left the house with the clothes on my back. So I don't play. He's homeless right now. I don't give a fuck. Go live with your family.
Can we have a moment of silence for him right now?
I don't play.
Okay, we're back.
That woman brought the child and her ass to my house, knocked on my front door. Do you think I was playing with that? Hell no. My grown kids that was living in the house, my grandbaby and me, left with just the clothes on our back. We left everything there. Who's winning? Who's losing? Not me.
Wow. Okay.
So what comes around goes around. What comes up must go down. You must reap what you sow.
What goes up must come down.
Even though the question kind of said, you know, man or woman, this is mostly a man type thing, because I don't know too many women that had a second family, you know what I mean, without you noticing her being pregnant, you know.
Right. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. A woman
So
can't do that. A man can.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but
Dang-a-lang, swinging, swinging, dang-a-lang. A man could do what he want to do, but that shit he gonna reap what he sow, and
They
it's not gonna be pretty.
they don't necessarily have a second family, but they have a second family with just that man. It don't necessarily have to be children involved, but be in a whole full-blown another relationship outside of you.
yeah, I mean that definitely can happen. Matter of fact, that happens a lot. As the man though, since we a little bit, you know, built different from y'all, most of the time it don't even take that much for us to kick y'all to the curve. So I mean, if that
Let me
happens,
ask you something, Mario. Let me play devil's advocate right here.
okay.
Now, with you being a man and you being a father, and no matter how many women you have, didn't you have to at least once in your life reap what you sow?
I think that goes without saying, you know, especially especially when
Yes
you're
or no?
younger. You yes.
And that didn't feel too nice once you got busted. Because you had to get busted because she had to find out. As a man.
Sometimes it comes in the long term, especially if a woman decides to forgive you for stuff. You reap what you sow, and the fact that she ain't quite the same. You know what I mean?
Still gonna have to pay for it no matter what.
Yeah.
That is important.
But I find that it's best if you get caught and she says she forgive you, you might as well just leave. You might as well just, ain't no need to stay, because if it ain't gonna never get back right, because she'll love you and she'll say she forgive, but they don't forget, and you could just feel it ain't the same. So why waste that time?
It ain't a waste. It ain't a waste. It ain't. Accept what you did and find yourself lucky for having the part of her left that you have left. That's the way to look at it. I'm just saying that's another way to look at it, because it ain't gonna never be the same. You are absolutely right. No way in the world it could possibly be the same.
Yeah.
But if you are a man and you come to grips with the fact that you have royally screwed up, and that if there's any part of her left for you, you want that part of her, then it becomes worth it.
I mean, that's a good way. That's a really good way to look at it. But I just find in the long haul, you'll find yourself having to be so perfect and walking on eggshells that any little thing you can spend the next 5 years doing right. If you make one mistake, it's like, see, I told you, you know what I'm saying? And that'd be like, that happened 10 years ago. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
she'll forgive you, but it's different.
Honestly, as me as a woman with that having that done to me, I was like, man, fuck this shit. I am not even fixing to fucking forgive you or forget about it. Fuck you, I'm out of here. I left with the clothes on my back and left him in my house that I paid for and let him suffer for 10 years and just sold that house about 3 months ago. Y'all know about that I sold that house. That motherfucker homeless right now.
I didn't want to be accomplished to being homeless. I didn't want to act like I knew.
Did everybody get a chance to chime in on this?
Elena didn't.
Marlena?
That's
She was
because
the
my
first one.
name has left the area. Oh, there she
Okay.
go.
Okay, I think Marlena did chime
She
in.
I
was the
did
first
speak
one
on.
that you asked.
Okay. All right, well, let's move on to the next
Mickey's
question.
in now, so
Who is in?
Oh, she's
uh,
Mickey Golden. I think she said she was driving, so she wasn't going to be able to. She's basically just listening. She was here with us last week, and today she wanted to be here, but she's unable to because she's driving. You know, you got to do what you got to do. But she's a part of it, so she's here listening.
Okay. All right. Well, if you get to the point where you could chime in, Mickey, chime in. All right, let's go to this question right here. This should be an interesting topic. New school versus old school music and why? Dianetta?
I'm glad you asked me first. Old school music, because I can understand the lyrics. I know what they're saying. And to me, they have meaning. I'm not
Okay.
saying that the new school music does not have any meaning, but it doesn't mean much to me. And being a musician myself, a lot of the music, the new school music, is sampling all of the old school stuff because those guys were real musicians. So I'll take old school any day.
What instrument you play? The jug? What you play?
I play organ and piano.
Okay. All right, Daryl. You know, this your lane. Wait, real quick. What do you consider old school? What era for you, Dianetta?
Well, I'm a child of the 60s and 70s, so I'm a Motown baby.
Okay. All right. What about you, Daryl?
Me, I prefer the music that was eluding to sex, eluding to, problems, rather than today the music just say, I want to suck your pussy. I just do, girl. I looked at you over there on Instagram. Your booty was so motherfucking fat. I want you to get in my bed so I could suck on your clit. I mean, what the fuck is that? What is that shit? And all of it sounds alike to me. There are some that stand out.
Yeah.
Some artists who stand out. But give me old school. Give me something that anybody could grab onto and hold on to. That's what old is. Anybody can grab onto that and hold on to that. Some of this shit nowadays, I'm telling you, I just listened to a song about it. This girl was telling him to suck on this cookie. And this, I mean, come on. I mean, there's a place for that. There's a time for that, but not in every fucking song. Not in, but to each his own. Because you know what? When I hear it and I don't like it, I turn the shit off. Change the stations. That's the extent of how much it bothers me. But I'm not running out there buying none of that shit. Unless it's like somebody like Ella May, somebody like that. Man, I'm feeling all of that.
Yeah.
All of that. But that other whack ass, you don't have to love me, I love myself. I like the song as a song, something to dance to because they put it the fuck on while I'm at the club. But am I rushing out to buy that shit? I don't want to hear that shit a whole bunch of times. The fuck?
Okay.
That's all I got to say about that.
All right, Andrea. What about you?
Well, I grew up listening to nothing but the Isley Brothers, Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Jacksons, people along their era. So that's what I know. Like Daryl and everybody has said, this shit today, I'm just not accustomed to it. So I guess for me would be from mid 70s, early 90s, because that's when the music started to change. Mid 90s, that's about mid 90s, that's when music started to change. And everybody went to just other stuff.
Yeah.
Even within, and especially rap. Oh my God, rap today is just ridiculous. You can't pay me to listen to I cannot stand him. You cannot pay me to listen to Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
But that's where I am on that.
Okay, we're gonna move on. Diane, how you feel about today's music? Old school, new school?
Definitely team old school, but I'm sorry, I do like Lil Wayne music.
Yes.
If you sit back and listen to some of his lyrics in the beat, he gets deep. He does in some of his songs. But anyway, I'm more of an old school person because I do enjoy the to get an understanding of what I listen to. So if I do hear songs, it has to have a meaning for it to grasp me. I do like the beat and the sounds, but old school does it for me because it had a lot more meaning than a lot of these songs nowadays. They mostly talking about sex and drugs and gangsters and stuff like that. So team old school.
Okay.
But I like Lil.
But you know what? Can I clean mine up a little bit? Because
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not gonna buy that song, but I'm definitely gonna dance to it when I'm at the club. So I'm like you, Diane. I like the beat. I like the way some of the shit is put together, but I'm not rushing out there to buy it. I'll dance to it though, because it is good to dance to it.
Okay, what about you, Marlene?
I'm more partial to old school music, but I do like a lot of the modern day musicians. Um, as Miss Dianetta said, now some of that rap stuff, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't, I don't know the words. I don't know what they're saying. But there's other rap music that I do like. And there's artists like John Legend, which I love. And I don't know. I just have to have music that gets to my soul, whether it be fast or slow, it just has to move me in some type of way or have some type of meaning. It has to make me happy. It has to make me feel like I'm having a loving moment or whatever. I adore music, but if I can't understand it or relate to it, it's just not for me.
Okay. All right. What about you, Miss Roxanne? Who be popping off them 8 tracks to you?
You say who be popping off them A-tracks to me? I'm gonna tell you like this here, Martha. I like some of today's music is because of they use the old music lyrics and the beat. Now, for my autistic grandson, while he's sitting there listening to this rap music and they singing that rap music, he's sitting back there trying to sing it. But when they come up with them words, he say, uh-oh, because he's not saying them curse words. And he'd be like, Okay, Gigi, what that mean? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel the new school music, if they gonna do their rap music and their new school music,
You want some
they
garlic?
should use their own beat. Do
Yes.
not go back to the old school music and try to intertwine that and be saying bitches and hoes and come suck my dick.
Okay. All right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm with the old school music, and I will keep my radio on the old school music. If I hear a new rapper using an old school beat and then they're saying them words and they're derogatory, even with the females, I have no respect for that.
Okay. All right. Let me interject just real quick. I'm like a hybrid. I could do either or because I listen to music, all the time. When I'm out there in that garage, I be singing my ass off. Y'all just don't know it. It can't never come through in karaoke, but um I will say this from a production standpoint and just the fidelity and the clarity of music, new school just beats old school any day of the week. But like Daryl said, as far as lyrics and somebody's storytelling, like when the OJs, sung about, her body's here with me and her mind on it, you could picture that. When Teddy told you about, when come on and go with me, come on over to my place, the way he sung it from when they was in the club to the time he was trying to get her home to sip on some cold wine, they told stories where you can literally see it in your head taking place. Like Daryl
Yes.
say, now the hooks are just is no hooks and they do mumble rap, right? But
Mhm.
some of it is really you could dance to it, and not all of it is bad, but they do cuss way too much because I got teenagers in the house, and it's just some songs you can't even just play because everything is cuss 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 cuss. You know what I mean? And every rapper swear they got a girlfriend, they got a girlfriend, they got a girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Popping mollies, sipping lean, everything about that guy, everything about killing people. Be like, you keep talking about killing, and you see what happened to rappers. A lot of them it's a rapper get killed every other month now. So at some point, can we stop rapping about killing people and shooting people?
And
Right.
can you stop rapping about how many women you have and you really fucking gay?
Ooh,
Most of these rappers is undercover rappers. They hanging with their homeboys. They not at home fucking they women. They out there fucking they dudes.
Oh,
Ooh, did she put it out there? Did she put it out there?
I ain't going that far, but in
Oh,
today's world, some of these guys really are, having menages, and if you just look at the gram, people.
wearing purses and shit. A real man not gonna wear no purse. A real man ain't gonna be 4 deep 24/7 with another dude unless
I'm
they
gonna
fucking.
I'm gonna correct you on that, Roxanne. They're man bags, okay? Man bags.
No, no. That man hag.
But the reason the rappers have to keep so many dudes with them, because there's always somebody out there trying to snatch their chain, trying to run up on them. So they have to keep that because they all
Bullshit.
bragging.
Bullshit. They even play PlayStation together and Nintendo and all that shit.
That's
They
what you do with video
they
games,
leave their
Roxanne. You
women
play together.
at now. They leave their women at home. They out there fucking each other. They undercover. So what these rappers need to do is stop using the old school music to try to validate for what they do today.
No, they use old school
Pull up their
music to.
goddamn pants. We
they,
don't want to see they dick in their ass.
they just trying to make money. It's about money.
Yes,
And
I
they
want to say they use the old school music for people like you and our age to
Said
make
what
you
I had to say.
resonate with the music.
Valid with my opinion, and
right.
that's how I feel. When my grandson is saying, "Ooh," and he only 10, he not even a teenager. He be like, "Please change the station. I can't take this no more."
Because he be wanting to say them words. You know he better not.
No, it's detrimental to a child to
I
where
know.
they want to hear this every day.
I know.
It is detrimental, but
It is.
Then when they see, they little classmates on the news, innocent children getting shot, why these guys is playing this music. See, it's just not about today's music. Today's music has got out of hand. Also, today's killings have got out of hand. Also, the way today's young men are carrying themselves on killing each other. We have raised our grown men, our grown children.
And you think that's all because of the music?
I don't know. It hasn't happened to me, and thank God. I'm glad it has not happened to anybody on this panel. But the thing is,
They did back in the day.
they're
Used to.
playing and what are they doing out there in public that we have raised our children on, even if they do have a college education?
I don't think it's about how
What are they doing out there?
I think it's it's not about necessarily what a child hears. It's about how it is explained to him. It is very important that it is explained to him. And what happens a lot of times, they just get to listen to this stuff. Ain't nobody explaining nothing because they just listening to it in their room. And I'm just saying that raising your kids goes a long way.
Yeah,
It goes a long ways, but we are losing too many today.
no, we are. But let me tell you something I know for a fact, because I got school age kids, right? You can raise your kids however you want in the best way inside your house. But do you know that at that bus stop every morning, they are getting way more content, way more crap than you could ever imagine. And they friends weight carry a lot to them these days. You know what I mean? When they all huddled up looking at each other's phones and stuff in the morning at the bus stop, they listening to God knows what. And I'm telling you, that bus stop and they friends and recess and lunch, because every kid has a phone, whether they 7, 8, 9, 10, they all got phones. So whatever you blocked them from, it's one kid who mama got him the unlimited everything plus max plan. He's showing everybody everything.
Yeah. You are not your child's only influence. That is for sure.
How do we keep our kids safe from today, to where since COVID has ended and there's so many shootings after COVID? How do we keep our innocent children safe that have gotten killed by these bullets and they were innocent? Not even a target, just innocent.
Well, you know what?
Old ladies, innocent people at the store.
That goes to people that's really it's going on since the beginning of time. I'm sorry. I understand that everything is in the light now. But I mean, we were just talking about the music, though. I don't think the music is leading to more deaths. I don't think the music is causing people to. I think it's here again.
I'm sorry. I'm stick with my old school music. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, me too. I want that too, but I'm gonna dance to some of that new school.
I want to go back to what Mario asked. He asked if do we think that the killings are based off of the music? You have to realize that some of these kids today and back in the day, they used to try to blame the music. Back when, like when Bush was in office, remember when he tried to get NWA banned?
NWA.
Yeah. And they actually banned Luke because Luke is credited for starting all of this.
Yes.
Right. And then you have to look at kids. Some of these kids today, they don't have anybody to look up to but these rappers. Yeah. A lot of them don't. They have those parents that are on crack and all of that. So who else, if they're not joining the gang, they're gonna turn to these rappers and say, and they out here saying that they can do that. Maybe I can do it too and get away with it. But not just wanting to blame the music. I just think the rappers of today need to change some of their styles. I know it's all about making the money, but change your style just a little bit, because you do have smaller kids who are looking and watching you. Be a positive role model for them.
And you should, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. For the most part, kids ain't buying this music. It's grown ass people. Kids ain't buying this music. It's grown ass people. That's
True
why they
enough.
keep making this music, because that's who's buying it. And I mean, should we
True
become
enough.
more conscious as we become more enlightened? We should, but not everybody does. And like I said, this whole thing is about numbers. It's
'Cause
about numbers.
you got babies out there having babies. You
For a
got
long time now.
you got grandmas out there that are 32 years old.
But that was going on long before rap existed, though.
Yeah, this ain't just start. This been going on for a minute, that you got them young grandmas and these babies having babies. I understand what you're saying. It didn't just start, though. It's been going on for a minute. And a lot of times we're reaping the results of that, because babies having babies, I mean, I don't know how it sounds to anybody else. The thing I draw from it is that if you don't know shit, you can't teach your baby shit.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. There you go. You hit that right on the nail.
So,
but one last point about this, the whole music thing, right? We automatically know that women, right, do a lot of shopping, spend more per average than a man does when it comes to certain things. Now, if the women are the ones who, when you go to any club, no matter how vulgar the lyric is, no matter how many bitches saying that women are singing these songs, women are listening to the Migos and all this type of stuff. If the women stop supporting it, or to say, okay, we ain't gonna do that, they stop making this music. But the women love it too. The women is what drive this. The whole, what they call trap music and strip club music. What do you think they make it for?
A whole song called
You also got to look at it like this here, Mario. The daddy's got something to do with it, because y'all want to bump y'all goddamn stereos and y'all put in the music.
No. Wet Ass Pussy is the name of a song, what I was getting to.
Yes, and more female rappers are coming out rapping in this manner, because honestly, like Daryl said, they see it sells.
It sells, and people are going to buy it. And the grown people who buy it are not looking at kids. They're not thinking about this music.
What the men rappers are doing out there with their pants hanging past their hips.
I'm not gonna lie to
y'all.
But
the language has changed. The language has changed, and I think the language is nasty. I do. I think some of it is
on the men and the women.
Yes.
Well, they may not even be buying it. I have so many times seen past people in, just in the passing with their music on, their kids in the back seat, and all that vulgar stuff coming out the radio.
Yes.
These know the words.
They know the words. They know the songs.
And I'm telling you, when y'all out and about, see how many women got kids in the car and bumping this stuff.
They're listening to it in the car.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I used to get every 8-Ball and MJG CD came out, UGK, from all of those that came out. I owned every last one of them. And my favorite song was, no, I did not.
Shout out to 8-Ball and MJG. Go ahead.
And my favorite song was Pimp. Know every line of it. Know every verse. But I love that song.
But your kids didn't.
Since they're older, yes. Since they're older, yes, they know that Mama used to listen to this. I've even had my son asked me once, Mama, should you be listening to this? You old now. Should you be listening to like Smokey Robinson and somebody them now since you old now? No, this is what I grew up on. But that was just the era that we lived in. Those were things that we had to listen to. But now that I'm older and know a little bit better, my preference is old school music.
I'm
I
just gonna
love
say
me
for the
some A
record,
Ball and
summer of
MJ did
'91 is when that Ball and G hit.
I
Summer
don't
of
even
'91.
know who that is.
Me either. Me either.
Would you say
I'll put
Mario
y'all up
91?
on pimps.
I'm just saying
I'll
the
put
summer
y'all
of
up on
'91. That's when 8 Ball and MJG hit that whole summer. Oh my God, had
I
the
have
whole hood
no
on fire.
clue who that is.
What?
Oh, Mario, they don't know anything about that.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
that's
had the
just
whole hood on fire.
Nothing at
91.
all.
I'm with you, Marlena. I don't know it either.
Yeah, I know. Damn, I know about
No, but I agree. Old school music does do something for you. Like if you hear something new, you don't go, I remember it was a Thursday in '84 that my mama can't, you know what I'm saying? New school
Yeah.
music don't do that for you. But as soon as
no.
you hear Sadie or something like that, you can remember the
Yeah.
exact moment, day, wherever you
Yes,
was
sir.
at. You
Yeah.
Yes,
remember what
sir.
your mama cooked that day
Yes,
off
sir.
them
Yes,
songs.
sir.
You know what I mean?
But then the new school rappers want to use the hook
Well,
from the old school songs to start
because
off the
it's
music
the
to
good shit.
draw you into it.
It's
Yeah.
good shit. So we need to keep some good shit in all of the shit, all of it.
But look at it like this: your old school people. Well, let me just say, whoever own the masters are getting paid every time they do that. So
Yeah, it's about money. It's
it's
about
about
money.
money, and plus,
Because
like y'all, they use that to wheel y'all in. Cause like with Biggie with Juicy, most of y'all listen to that cause it reminds you of Entombed. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know that song.
hell yeah. Where were you when you heard this? Sitting by an open fireplace in my favorite dungarees.
Mm-hmm.
Few bars from a melody, and the song is sweet to me. And I might have missed the word. You know what? You were still right there with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yes.
saying. So I'll give y'all that. The old school does, spark memories in you. Cause some of this stuff, like you said, if you don't know who's singing it and it all sound the same, how can you distinguish or make a memory for you when one sound like the other
Man, just like the other one.
one? All right. So what's y'all stand on self-love and self-care? What does that mean to you, Diane?
Self-love and self-care to me means making sure that you are taking care of yourself, doing whatever it is to do to ensure that you're together financially, mentally, emotionally, even before anybody else come in and do things. You need to make sure you're doing it for yourself. Somebody else doing it is a bonus.
Okay. What about you, Dianetta? What does self-love and self-care mean to you?
Taking care of me first, making sure that I am attuned to what I like and what I don't like. If I need to explore, sometimes I have to do that with me. And then I can share with somebody else, this is what I like and this is what I don't like.
Okay.
It also means, like Diane said, making sure that I'm doing what I need to do financially, health-wise, just everyday living, taking care of my sexuality if I need to.
All right. How often do you take care of your sexuality?
Ooh.
10, 10, 10, 10.
Just a little side question,
And we hear crickets. As often, let me put it this way, as often as I need to. Let me put it that
That's
way.
a good answer.
All right, because damn it, you grown.
They say postman think twice.
Okay, Marlena, what does self-care mean to you?
Self-care, self-love. Um, making sure that I'm as healthy as possible, making my doctor's appointments, taking medication that's necessary. My long bubble baths are important to me. Yes, my time for music, which is good to my soul. Doing what I like, doing what I love, making time for me, making sure that I'm happy and healthy in every aspect and area of my life.
All right, well put, well said. What about you, Miss Roxanne?
First off, I make sure my home is taken care of first. Since I am a single woman and a homeowner, I have to make sure that's taken care of first. And then comes me. And that means if I need to be pampered, I go get pampered.
Okay.
But I make sure I have my bills are paid, I have a roof over my head, my household is taken care of, and then whatever's left over, then I take care of me.
Okay. What about you, Miss Marks?
Andrea's perfectly fine. Um,
You know,
I
I
used to
Warren.
put I used to put everybody first. I used to put everybody first, from the kids, my mom, my ex-husband. Everybody was put first.
I think,
And now, since the kids are grown, it's all about loving me, loving myself more now, taking care of me. I've let so many things go that I knew I should have taken care of like years ago, but it's my time now. It's time for me to love Andrea and to love myself better. That's what it means to me.
Okay, see, I'm scared of them people who start referring to themselves in the third person. What about you, Daryl?
Well, I don't want to just repeat everything that everybody said because they've been some wonderful answers. So how about I surmise it and say this? Self-care and self-love. Self-care is the actions that we take to make sure that we're always good, that we always that we're always good, whatever level and whatever vibe that being good is on, whether it be the music, the bath, the alone time, the whatever. But self-care are the actions that we take because we self-love. We love ourselves. I can give you an example. I love me. And because I love me, the actions that I take in my life are going to be actions that don't leave me feeling bad. Why? Because I love me. I don't want me to feel bad. So that's self-care and that's self-love, making sure that at the end of the day, you're okay. Because I believe that even in a bad situation, you and 4 people that you love fall out in the water, in the lake. You want to save these people, but who do you have to save first? Yourself. You got to save you before you can save anybody else. So that's self-love, that's self-care. And that comes with some realization and awareness.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take a different stance on this. I think when you look at the way our country in particular is going, we say that we got self-love, we say we got self-care, but a lot of people are doing a lot of things that says that they don't care about themselves or they don't love themselves because, when you decide that you're going to go shoot up a mosque or you decide that you're going to, kill your whole family and things like that. By you not caring what happens to you, in turns trickle down by not caring what happened to other people. You know, because if you truly cared about self and truly loved yourself, that'll flow out into caring about other people. And I just find that we'll say we love ourselves, but sometimes our actions say we don't. When you, as a, let's say a woman, constantly let somebody beat on you, and you don't have the strength or the courage to leave, even though I know it's more than that. I know sometimes it's mental stuff and all type of stuff going on with that. But sometimes you got to love yourself enough to say, I will not let this man kill me or hurt me anymore. Same thing, you know, the same thing with us men. We'll say, especially when you grow up like me in the hood, I hear so many guys saying, well, I can't find no job, I can't do this, I gotta get at the ski mask where I gotta go sell dope. Those are choices that you make. You know what I mean? And I understand people gotta eat, but if you get caught or you get caught up, then whoever you claim you doing this for will not benefit. You'll be gone, you'll be taken out of circulation. So we say we got self-love and self-care, but sometimes you really have to question that if some of us really do.
Yep. And the key word that you just used was some of us, if some of us really do, because clearly some of us don't.
Right.
But much as we want to, now you talking about shooting up these malls and these Walmarts. See, that's a little deeper than all of us. And I just wanted to mention that part of it right there and leave it just like that. But there are some people who just don't. They don't have self-love. They don't have self-care. That's why you got to have plenty for yourself. Because, see, sometimes in these situations, you got to keep your eyes open. Why? This is an action, this self-care, keeping your eyes open. Why? Because you love yourself and you don't want to get caught up in no bullshit.
Yeah. Even from a political standpoint of view, if you don't vote, you know, how much do you care about your well-being? And not only yours, other people's well-being, but how much do you care about your own well-being if you don't vote? If you don't sign up for the census, you know, things like that, things that gets your state funds for disasters and things like that for your state. I mean, is that not self-love if you participate in those type things?
That's a civic duty.
Yes. Yeah,
that's a civic duty. That's something that you owe civilization, supposedly. And that's the category that falls in. That's a civic duty.
Yeah,
so,
but if I care about I do those things too because I care about myself.
True.
Yeah. All right.
I care about what's going to happen to me in a disaster. I care about who's going to give me aid in a disaster.
Right.
Or making sure, especially us Black people, and I don't want to make this racial or anything like that, but we have to care about the funding that our schools get to make sure that our kids got the good books and stuff like that, you know.
But hold up, wait a minute while we talk about that. I'm sorry, I know this is a whole other thing, but should we really be worried about them having the good books when they're going to put a bunch of bullshit in the books any fucking way? The Senate, I mean, they just passed the bill where you can only go so far and teach so much. That is erasing us, trying to erase us and trying to erase their misdeeds. So I don't know, do I really want them to have is that the thing I need to focus on? Them having a good motherfucking book or good information inside of that book.
Okay, well, let's look at it from what you just said. Just in case they do update the book, wouldn't you like your kid at the middle school to be able to get it?
No, because they're not going to update that to some bullshit. No, I think I'm going to have to go another route. But see, I don't have no kids right now. I'm 60 years old, so all of this shit sounds great. But my motherfucking children would already know by now.
And that's when we have to make sure that we educate our children on the truth of our past.
Exactly.
Yes.
Once they start
I love you.
once they start pulling those things out, it is upon us, the parents, the grandparents, the great grandparents, to make sure that we educate our children on those things.
It was
Yeah.
always, but you know what? That is what has been missing. I'm sorry, we getting kind of deep in this thing, but that is what has always been missing. We look at this decline of children. We look at this decay of family, but you got to look at all the things that used to go into a family. See, your family used to tell you stories. Stories were always important. When you ate dinner, we all ate dinner at the same time, at the same table.
Yes, sir.
These are family strengths and values, and there is very little of that left, but people stop telling their kids stories. They start letting machines and computers and televisions and programs tell their kids stories because they were too busy for that. They had other shit to do. And that's what has happened. Man, I can remember stories. I can remember stories.
The thing I hate more is when these parents let these kids bring their phones and things to the dinner table, their electronics to the dinner table. No.
Mm-mm.
No, we sit, we pray, we enjoy our dinner, and we have conversation.
Or the kids, I've seen households where the kids get the plate and everybody go back to their room.
No.
Yes,
That's the first
yes.
thing. No, that's the first thing. I'm sorry. Till you get your own spot, everybody eat in the kitchen. I don't care if you don't eat when I eat. You will be eating in the kitchen. You don't take no food to your bedroom. But here again, everybody's different. Everybody different. But no, you don't take no food to your bedroom. Don't no plates go under your bed. None of that bullshit. No.
They ain't dragging no food all over the house.
No, you eat that shit in the kitchen. You might not eat it with me, but you're gonna eat it in the kitchen. Have no doubts about that.
Well, I don't give a damn how old you it is in my house. When I cook my dinner, where everybody at? At my damn table, or your ass don't eat, or you get the hell out. Cause that means that's your last day in my house when supper served. If you're not home when supper served, you better not come home and go in the refrigerator and eat no damn supper in my house. And ain't no phones allowed.
I'm gonna slip your ass about 5 melatonins and go in there and fuck that refrigerator up.
I'm telling you, that don't happen in my home. Because I wasn't raised like that. And that's how I raised my children and my grandchildren and my 5 adopted boys that come to my home.
I'm gonna tell you
have
that.
to also realize that we're living in an era where, like you all say, the people are living differently. There are some households that don't even have kitchen tables.
They don't have rules. They don't have. Everybody does what they want. Everybody.
They don't have rules.
The kids have no guidance.
I can honestly admit I ain't never been to nobody's house who ain't had no kitchen table.
The reason I say that is because I used to work with CPS.
There's no family communication.
They got a house full of furniture and no kitchen table. That's not a necessity. They want the big island, and they may put the kids up at the island on a bar stool to eat. But in most cases, they would either eat on TV trays, or they put their plates on the floor, or go in their room and eat.
No.
Nobody eats as a unit anymore. They eat individually.
I don't give a damn if I had to buy a card table from Walmart. We don't have a kitchen table.
Yeah.
Thank you. And people, when we was growing up, people did that. If they had to use a card table before they got a kitchen table, damn it, then that's what they did.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if you got a lot of kids, a 6-foot picnic table ain't nothing but like $30.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you was talking about you was in Jamaica somewhere and had been to somebody's house and had a kitchen.
No. Right here in the United States.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
And I'll give you another example.
Oh my God.
I volunteered in the schools, in the elementary, and at the elementary level. And some of the younger kids, we eat what we call family style. They don't go in the cafeteria. They eat in the room. at the table. You'd be surprised. They said, "Can I sit on the floor and eat my?" No. I said, "Where do you eat your food at home?" "On the floor."
Yeah.
I feel better that way. No, we gonna
Oh
eat
my
family
God.
style. We gonna eat at the table. They don't even know about taking a roll out of a bowl and then passing it on.
It gets worse than that, baby. See,
Oh, I know.
we thought that during COVID it was going to be better for children to be at home, and I'm sure in a lot of ways it was, but there are a lot of kids that didn't eat because they didn't go to school.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids that didn't eat because they did not go to school.
And
That's how.
that's why
And
the
a lot of
government
kids
had
go to
provided
school so they can.
food for the kids to feed them. They used school buses to deliver them to the neighborhood. All the kids had to do was come out to the bus and get their food. And in some areas, they had the parents come to the schools to pick up the food. You know, they would pick up food.
Yeah.
They had ways to feed these children.
Yeah, because in Tennessee, they gave kids who were like on free lunch and stuff, all the parent like EBT food stamp cards.
Right,
So,
exactly. Here they
Okay.
gave each for each child that you had in school here in the Portsmouth, Virginia area, they gave them $99 on an EPT card.
yeah. So
So
they
if you
they
had
they
5
tried to
kids
find a
in
way.
school,
They
you
did try.
approximately got $500 each
Yeah,
month.
they did. I'm not saying that there wasn't a way that was
Yeah.
provided, but
They
there was
did it
still
in
kids that
Baltimore
didn't
too
eat.
in the beginning. In the beginning, but a lot of parents, they stopped giving them to a lot of parents with certain income,
Right, I can understand
certain
that.
income bracket. After a while, they stopped giving it to. But there was still a lot of community service where you could get food, and the school continued to give breakfast and lunch every day. My school did anyway.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
but can I say this here if you guys can hear me?
Yes.
This is one thing that I've been seeing. It doesn't matter what they gave the parents, it's how the parents basically used it, because we as
Yep.
black people and brown people and people of color, we know what it is to suffer and to go without food. We were raised that way. We've been through this. But these white folks don't know what the fuck it mean, and they killing all of them over here in Houston, Texas. I live in the suburbs right here in this neighborhood. I live in Eastgate Village in Spring, Texas. And I'm telling you, there has been 20 families of white families in the past 2 weeks that have killed each other in their homes. And they're white. But the majority of the neighborhood is people of our color, black people. We're considered upper middle class that have been able to buy us a home here. We ain't killing our families, it's the white folks, the next door neighbors. See, white people don't know how to deal with poverty. We do. We came from nothing. I came from nothing to get to where I am today. And I know how it is to eat beans, rice, and tortillas and ham hocks. But these white folks, no. They so used to not being able to take their kids to Splash Town, take them to McDonald's, take them to go do this here, take them to wherever they rich life used to. You're not rich no more after COVID.
That's just some of them. It's a whole bunch of poor white folks. It's whole honey bunches of poor white folks, baby, for real, for real.
Chinaman's and
Yeah,
these
but they was
Mexicans.
but they can deal with it better.
But
Oh
these
no, I'm
white,
not down that.
and even the
I ain't down
Mexican
that.
families, even the Mexican families out here that think they you know, they killing their own families because they used to living a rich life. Once your house go into foreclosure, why is you killing your family?
I don't know.
Stressed out?
Let's be happy for a minute, because y'all, we done moved the gloom and doom. Good Lord, what's the next topic, Mario? What's the next one?
Wait, I just got one question. Somebody served you a ham hock on a tortilla?
I'm gonna tell you like this here, Mario.
Murder?
The way I bought my house.
No.
You know how I saved money to get my house when I walked away from my husband with just the clothes on my back? I bought me a 25-pound sack of pinto beans, a 25-pound sack of red beans, a 50-pound sack of rice, a bag of tortillas. I bought hamburger meat and ham hocks. I didn't buy bread from the store. I bought tortillas. And I'm gonna tell you like this here, when I cook my beans, I used to mix them up. Put me some ham hocks and some beans. But I tell you what, I saved me $25,000 a year. It took me 5 years to buy this house that I live in right now, since I left my husband with just the clothes off of my fucking back. I left with the clothes on my back and the shoes on my feet. And I still got that hanging in my closet as a reminder, because what I got, I could also lose.
All right.
Okay, so what's next, Mario?
That's no easy way to segue into this. Do you have any relatives that you just don't deal with, and why? You can go, Daryl.
Unfortunately, I do. Unfortunately, I do. I have, and there's only one, and it's for a reason that's, to me, is still horrific. I don't know that I care to share the details, but yeah, it stunned me to my core to think that I grew up right beside you every day. We shared the same tears, same laughter, same fears, a lot of the same experiences. And for me to find out in the end that I really never knew who you were, well, hell, I could say, you know what? And I'm not gonna go into details, but the detail is that my mom had passed. And the person that was responsible for telling me didn't tell me. I had to hear it from some other people some days later. And I'm sorry, there's just no coming back from that. I'm not going to ever give a person a chance to do that to me again. That's part of that self-care and self-love. If I don't ever give you an opportunity to do something like that to me again, then you can never do something like that to me again. So my answer is unfortunately, yes. I do have family members.
Male or female?
It's a female.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
I was
female.
just wondering, that's all.
Yeah, no. I ain't offended. No, I ain't offended. Yeah,
Oh.
But no, it's a female. And it's actually Alice, my sister. Yeah, I mean, ain't no shame in it. It ain't like, the shit ain't real. But yeah. And so no, I know that she's okay because I talk with my brother. And if she weren't okay, somebody would tell me that she weren't okay. I don't wish anything bad. I don't want anything bad. But like I said, I can't set myself up for that again. Fuck me once, shame on you. Fuck me twice, shame on me for allowing you to fuck me and be in a position to fuck me again. I don't know, because I don't know how to come back from that. And I kind of struggle with that sometimes because I don't think I've been able to really properly grieve.
Yeah.
For my mom. I just don't. There's like a barrier, like a little block right there or something. Don't get it wrong. I shed some tears, man, but
right.
I'm talking about that release. That And I just feel like she forever robbed me of that. And I don't know how to get around it and forgive. I don't see a reason to forgive because our lives are not reliant upon one another. You've never asked me for anything. I've never asked you for anything. So we could just keep it that way. And you good and I'm good until we ain't good no more. And then when whoever ain't good, the other one to find out, do whatever you do.
Okay. That might be the most vulnerable we've heard you, Mr. Springs.
Yeah.
Okay, Doc.
It most definitely is. I wanted to share that here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, let's give Diane a chance. She haven't said nothing in a while.
Question is there family members that you just choose not to deal with?
Yep. And why?
Well, I would have to say yes. Although anytime we have a family reunion, it's always like you pushing a reset button because I'm not necessarily holding any grudges or anything like that. And it's like nothing ever happened. But over time, especially as growing up, some people are just mean-spirited people and hurtful things and I guess because they're family, you're supposed to keep turning the other cheek. Well, I don't have any more. So at some point you have to just, people, with long wooden handles, if that's the proper term. But don't, no animosity or no grudge or anything, but just sometimes like they gotta have self-love and self-care, and not allow negativity. So, that's pretty much it.
Okay. What about you, Andrea?
Yes, I have that one cousin I just don't deal with. I be cordial, but as far as just dealing with, nah. This is a person that I grew up with. He's male. He lived with us for a period of time. This was like my brother. I always wanted a little brother, and he was more of my little brother. And then once I moved, we split apart, and how people do go, they grow older, go their separate ways or whatever. They moved here in 99. They always tried to get me to move down here. But at that point, I had mom to deal with. So I just wouldn't leave Arkansas. So once I finally did get here, I saw a whole, we had been apart for over 20 years, but I saw a whole different person. It's like, wow, when did you forgot where you've come from? I haven't forgotten, but of course you have. Now you're living above your means, and you're fake as hell. And we had a big falling out about some things, and I just choose not to deal with them. And I have two cousins here that lives in the area of Texas that I live in. I deal with one. The other one, I don't have any words for. And until he comes and simply apologize and not think that you're running something, because number one, you're not my damn daddy. And I'm older than you, and you don't tell me what the fuck to do. I don't have nothing else to say to you. You can't run my household. I can't run yours. You need to stay in your place, and I need to stay in mine. And we just be cordial with one another. Other than that, I don't fuck with them. Nope. I'm sorry. I just he's fake as hell.
Was your head moving? Was your head moving from side to side when you was talking just now?
Yes, it was. I mean, we was almost at blows. We were almost at blows, and then the little bitch gonna call my auntie. She live way up in Michigan. I'm down here in Texas. What the fuck my auntie supposed to do to me? I'm a grown ass woman, and you're
You ain't
grown.
gonna get no fruitcake. You ain't gonna get no fruitcake for Christmas. Keep fuck around here.
The reason
I
you
don't
know,
like
the reason you know they was serious, it went from I don't deal with them to I don't fuck with them.
Yes, it was serious. I just don't fuck with them, man. Love them to death, but I don't fuck with dude, man. Oh, I just don't. And then my other cousin that's here, he's gotten to that point where he don't even return his calls.
Mm.
He's gotten to the same point that I'm at. I'm just gonna stop fucking with him because of the simple fact that he's his type of person where I need you to come do this for me, but in return, if I call you, say, hey, I got a flat tire, you know it, and you know I don't have the strength to do it. Can you come change my tire? Oh man, I got so much stuff I got to do today. I ain't gonna have time to do that. Man, what? You just called me asking me for a damn pack of damn tissue.
You know, there's a term for what he is. Did you not familiar with that term?
Bitch ass nigga.
No. No, it's he is unfuckwittable.
He's what?
Unfuckwittable. You can't fuck with him.
I just don't.
Didn't Nat King Cole sing that song?
Unfuckwittable. That's what he.
Yes, there you go. Unfuckwittable.
Unfuckwittable. Whole ass bitch.
So what about you, Miss Now, you got somebody, we're gonna give Andrea a minute to, do a few woo saws and
yeah, drink. I gotta hit the wine. Gotta hit the wine.
So what about you, Miss Now?
No, I don't.
Okay. That was
quick,
simple, and to the point. What about you, Marlena?
We have our disputes sometimes, but we all get along.
Yes, I do have family members that I don't
You can say it. Go ahead and say it.
Mess with or care to be around. This goes back to my grandmother and her first cousin. My grandmother and her first cousin, they look facial features, they look like twins. Their brother's children. My grandmother was just so beautiful and stylish and polished. And her first cousin, the whole family, they country, they dirty, they look like little Abner's people, Mom Pa Kettle's people. They act like Mom Pa Kettle's people. When you see them out in public, you be trying to hide and dodge them, and they'll be like, hey, what?
Marlena's voice done went so high the mics won't even pick it up.
We don't visit them because they so nasty. They so nasty and dirty.
Marlena giggle box that turned on. She can't even speak.
They are so nasty and dirty. And oh my God, and you don't even want people to know you related to them. And they always want to hug you. It's true. When we see them in public, we be trying to hide before they can see us. And Lord, when they mess around and you run into them and they see you, it's like, oh my God. Hey, kids.
Marlena, so let me ask you this. Do y'all invite them to the family reunion?
We don't fool with them, period. And listen, I can remember they passing their house one day. I was just walking and I was going past their house and I said, Lord, just don't let me just be so evil. So I said, just let me just stop, and because they're relatives, just let me stop and speak. And she said, well, come on in the house.
Oh shit.
And I went in, and of course, she said, well, sit down, honey. And so I sat on the very edge of the couch, you know, and immediately I started hearing bing, bang, clang, cling, cling, you know. And there was, you know, and I'm looking around and I said, we called her, the lady of the house, Little Babe. So I said, Little Babe, you got a cat? No, honey, I ain't got no cat. What's that noise? I never saw anything, but all these dishes and these glasses and stuff was clinging. And then all of a sudden there was roaches. And I'm like, I gotta hurry up and get home. Because I know that house was full of rats. All that beating and banging and clanging and stuff. I'm like, this house is full of rats. She ain't got no cat. Oh my God.
What if you'd have walked up to her and she'd have been like on the Antoine Fisher store and said, nigga, hug my neck. I know y'all ain't there. Y'all need to smoke with me. Then you
I ain't finna hug her. None of them. None of them. All of them nasty and dirty.
So you just hate them because they country.
I don't hate them. I don't hate them.
But you don't like them.
I don't dislike them. Like them, they just nasty. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to be around them because they nasty and dirty. Now, grant you, they're nice people, but they nasty. They nasty.
They live in foul. That's what you're trying to say. They live in foul.
They nasty.
Okay, I think I know what Roxanne's answer is gonna be, but I want to hear it. Roxanne, any relatives you don't mess with and why?
Well, I left California like 30 years ago, 25 years ago, maybe. I left my family. I don't have no family here in Houston, Texas, but my in-laws, and I don't even fuck with them. I left my family for a certain reason in California. They were just trifling.
Okay.
Every time you turn around, gimme, and then you give it, and then they turn around and stab you in the back. So I just one day just quit my job, came back to my stupid ass ex-husband, and we bought a house together 25 years ago. And then I left his ass, his trifling ass, and his family, and now it's just me and my 2 kids, my 5 adopted sons, and my grandchild. Sometimes you just gotta let family go to have a peace of mind.
That part.
Yep. I agree with that 100%. Did everybody get a chance to chime in on that?
You didn't.
Of course, like you know, y'all said, sometimes you got people that you just don't mess with. I got a cousin, and her mama, you know, was my mama's sister. And I used to spend like, you know, summers with them. And there was that type of girl who couldn't do no wrong, you know, no matter what she said her mom believed, and her mom, you know, I don't know if y'all know about the South. On Sundays they sold liquor because you couldn't get it nowhere else. Her mama was a bootlegger, and you know, on
Right.
Sundays they would sit on the porch and play cards and
I
dominoes, and she
bootleg here in Texas.
and she would give them like dollar shots, and you know, they would buy beer and stuff. And one day, you know, she drunk a beer, and to this day I still don't drink beer, but she drunk a beer and blamed it on me. And you know, her mama just, you know, put a knife to my throat, said she'd kill me and all this stuff. And I was like, she did it. So now, you know, we on Facebook. She's like, oh, we need to get together and all this stuff, type of stuff. And now she has no clue that, as y'all say, I don't fuck with you. I don't care what happens. I'm not coming. She, you know, to Georgia. We not, no. You know, even her husband has, you know, reached out to say, oh, we're trying to do a surprise party, you know, want to make you part of it. And like, nope, can't do it, won't do it.
Yeah,
They
but
know
she
the
done
reason
told
why
them.
you don't show up.
She
They
done told
know.
them that story. She
Yeah,
told.
yeah, can't
She
do
told
it,
him.
won't do it. You know, so she, you know, she was just one of them girls that always. She reminded me. I don't know if y'all know Nelly from Little House on the Prairie. You know, just one of them.
Yeah. I remember Nellie Ingalls.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
She
Yeah. Not
Olsen.
Nellie Ingalls. Nellie, what was her name?
Oh, the
Olsen.
lady at the store.
Yeah.
Olsen.
She
Nellie
was.
Olsen.
The
Yeah.
lady at the store.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. She was that badass little girl right there. You know.
Oh.
You know, and that's what I used to call her. I was like, she was just bad, you know, and I used to just avoid her at all costs because it didn't, because no matter what I said, they wouldn't believe me. So, yep. So,
I'm gonna miss bootlegger on Sunday. If you can't get you a bottle of alcohol, come to Roxanne house. I'm gonna charge you $75 for that bottle.
Well, see, they was talking about them old, them juke joints, them bootleg houses.
Yep.
Man, them was some fun times though.
Oh, they parted.
I still make money off of my alcohol on a Sunday here in Texas because they don't start selling alcohol till 12 noon.
I don't know. You done told folks where you live and shit. What you doing?
I mean, the
you
complete
might want to be
Southern
careful.
Roxanne told them people she live in Deer Park.
It's gonna be a line of cars out there Sunday.
Yeah. Tell me how they know. Might have been that damn radio show.
Oh God, Jesus.
I don't live in Deer Park, but I still sell my alcohol.
Yeah, but those people they had fun at them places because I mean everybody came to get a drink, you know. Even though I never understood why wouldn't you just buy your liquor and alcohol, you know, before the liquor store closed. I think they just like to get together. You know what I mean?
They just like the socialization. It was socialization.
Yep.
It was
nowhere for them to go.
It was socialization and it was like a last chance. Mario, I know you know what I'm talking about.
To get a girl.
I think they
was the last chance
on Saturday
to
night.
get a girl.
Something come Sunday morning and ain't got it.
The whole motherfucking weekend done gone by. Ain't nobody did shit. Here's Sunday, because that's when it's open. And there's a chance for you to do the shit you didn't do on Friday or Saturday.
Yes, sir. And the women would be
get
there.
Your bottle from my goddamn house, but you got to go.
The women would sure be there.
Yeah,
the women would be there at the liquor house for sure.
Yeah,
the liquor house.
Then you can always count on some man talking about they got clipped. I don't know if y'all know what clipped is, but
yeah. Somebody always got clipped. No, you ain't come in here with that shit.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah. So plenty arguments, partying and fighting because somebody always got clipped.
Yeah, somebody always.
Claim they got clipped.
And it's usually in the same group of motherfucking people. But how all you motherfuckers the only motherfuckers get clipped? I mean, do you just look stupid? What is it? What the fuck is going on?
That's true. So do y'all think that you would have had a better life without cell phones? I mean, a better childhood?
I did have a better life without a
Great
damn
childhood.
cell phone. Look, man, I'm 60 years old. When we grew up, we were online. Our clothes were on the motherfucking clothesline. That's how we was online. Yeah, fuck them phones. You,
Or
ain't need
hanging
no,
clothes,
you ain't
or
need no
hanging
motherfucking
clothes on the
phone.
line.
You ain't need no phone to know what time them goddamn street lights come on. You ain't need no phone. You for what? Who the fuck is you calling? By the time you got a little girlfriend, though, it was cute when y'all fell asleep on the phone together because didn't nobody want to hang up. That's as close as the fuck you got. And your parents better not find out about that shit.
Hey, I'm 60 and I tell you what, I never got to talk on the phone with no boy.
Oh, yeah, I got to talk on the phone. Oh, yeah. Because, see,
Yeah.
sometimes, I'm just real about shit. Sometimes you would have to answer the phone and say that your mama and dad wasn't home. They was right beside you. They was standing right the fuck there, but you had to answer the phone and say they wasn't there.
Right. I used to answer the phone and say that, but when my parents left the house, they used to unplug the phone and take it with them. So we couldn't even answer the phone. We couldn't even talk on the phone with no boys.
Oh no, we had Radio Shack and shit. we had Radio Shack. Cause my parents tried that shit too, but we had Radio Shack. Yeah, it ain't hard. Cause all you do is plug the motherfucker in. You don't need nothing for it but to plug the bitch in, and you got a phone. Yeah. Yeah, we figured that shit out.
Man, I was so happy when they finally made it where you could put different lines in different rooms. Cause when I would come up, you had that one fucking phone in the living room, you know. I was so happy when you could get different phones in different rooms. Good God.
But you know what? You pretty much always could.
I was 16 years old when I bought my own phone line for my bedroom. That's when I got to talk on the phone, and I fell asleep on it, talking on it too. It was my phone.
Yeah, but when your parents found out that shit, that you done slept all motherfucking night, because I ain't had my own line. I was on day, it was one line, but it was about 3 phones. And if they found out that your ass had that phone off the hook all night, what if anything could have happened? Ain't shit happened, but anything could have happened. What if there had been an emergency? It was an emergency. My hormones was raging, and I didn't want to hang the fuck up.
Yeah, them three phones in the house, and they eavesdropping on your conversation.
But see, my daddy told me.
But it was innocent. It was innocent back then. What did we talk about back then? We ain't really talk about nothing.
We ain't talking about nothing, but they think you are.
Yeah, but we wasn't. Nowadays, they talking about some shit. Nowadays, you need to monitor everything. You need a camera damn near around their neck. This is a motherfucking pretty little Christmas present.
She's eavesdrop on our conversations, and I used to try to eavesdrop on her on after church on Sunday, because that's when she did all her Sunday gossip about people in church.
But it had to be absolutely quiet.
Her
when you did
2 girlfriends.
See, a lot of people didn't know how to do that. The way you had to do that was you had to stick your finger up under the receiver, keep the button down, pick the receiver up.
Right.
And then just ease that motherfucker button up. Because if you try to ease the receiver, no,
your finger up off the button.
Yep.
My mom and daddy told me the only way I could have a telephone if I bought it for myself. So I bought my own phone line. And I was 17 years old. That's how I got to talk on the phone. I had my own line in my own room.
Yeah, I was on that phone. I didn't answer the phone a whole bunch of times. I didn't answer that phone a couple of times when school called, and my voice got deep. Oh, really? Is that what's happening? Well, I will certainly speak to him about that. I will, and I appreciate you calling me. I really do. Hey, now motherfucker phone up the mouth. Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember them days trying to beat that phone call, trying to beat that phone call home. You know what I mean? I remember them days, boy. Especially if you cut school, you getting that automated call. You know, your son Mario hasn't missed all classes today. You know, trying to get home. Got to get home before that call comes.
Really?
You can erase that shit.
Yes, you got to beat that. You got to get that call, cause you know your mama them catch that call. That's your ass.
Yeah. How many notes? How many notes didn't make it home?
Oh man.
A lot.
Especially that stupid one where they used to pin it to you. Yeah, I'm gonna get this to my mama. Right when I get home, I'm gonna give it to her.
And then they call. Well, we sent the letter home with Andrea. Did she give it to you, Miss Tillman? No, she didn't.
Yeah,
Mommy, you know she
that's
telling
just
the story.
asinine on his face right there, thinking that letter gonna make it home.
I never got nothing like that. Only call that ever came to our house was my sister skipped school her senior year and went to her boyfriend's school and got caught at her boyfriend's school, and that principal called her parents. Got everybody who skipped school that day and was at their school, they called all the parents.
So let me get this straight. They skipped their school to go to another school.
We went to the beach. We went to the beach for senior skip day.
That don't make sense. I'm not going to my school to go to somebody else's school.
It wasn't senior skip day. They just skipped school to go to their school with their boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, they ain't think that one through right there.
Yeah, they did.
I'm like,
we'll just blend right in. We'll just blend right in. No one will be the wiser.
Stupid, you gonna get your tail torn.
Motherfucking teacher immediately know now. I've been teaching these motherfuckers all year and some of them for a couple of years, and I got an extra damn person. Where'd you come from?
So your sister couldn't convince him to skip, and they just skip and go somewhere together. She skipped her school to go to his school.
A couple of them. You know, they all had boyfriends. The ones that had boyfriends at that school, they all skipped together and went to that school. Like, y'all a bunch of dummies. And you know, y'all go win as a group. Y'all all on radar. Y'all win as a group.
It's things that women can do together. Y'all can go to the bathroom together at a club and all of that. But y'all can't just show up somewhere where none of y'all belong all at the same time.
Lord.
Well, what about you, Diane? You think your childhood was better before or without cell phone?
Have cell phones back then, so when the cell phones came out.
Yeah, those big block cell phones don't do what these do.
Yeah, and them shits was expensive. Oh my God.
But back in my day, we used to go outside and actually play. We didn't stay in the house and be on the computer and play. You know, we played Atari. But just for, briefly. But majority of my childhood, we were trying to go outside and, go swimming and things of that nature. So, yeah, I think with cell phones, keeps you, preoccupied. You able to be online, you able to shop. It gets you in trouble. It gets me in trouble. I too much.
Makes you sedentary. You just be still. You don't be moving around.
You be stuck. I don't even sometimes turn my TV on because my cell phone can do everything I need it. So I definitely think I'm grateful we did not have cell phones back then.
Yeah.
I had to pick up on what she said. I think that the cell phones now have truthfully lost a lot of people their lives. Like, the rapper Pop Smoke, the same night he posted up where he was at, the same night he got killed, and they said that, I knew where you was at because of your Instagram posts. And you know what I'm saying? We just didn't have stuff like that back then. So you know what I'm saying? They need to feel to let everybody know every move they making. Not everybody got good intentions when they trying to see where you at, with the whole baller alert thing they got on Instagram, where they got a thing that lets them know where ballers gonna be at, and these women show up there, You know what I'm saying? Why you want anybody to have that type of access to you to know where you at every moment? That's crazy to me. But
Sex.
you know,
And another thing, why do you have to flash what you have?
but that's the culture we live in, though.
Yep.
That's the culture, because you have to prove to people you making money and you balling, because that gets you clout in the streets now. If you ain't flashing to show that you making stacks and making paper, you ain't valid to people.
Well, the class B is what you have, is what you earn and you buy, and you keep it private at your home.
I love being invalid.
Yeah, but you gotta think, right, man. You cause of the demographic you in, you will never relate to this. To you, is ignorant and dumb, but all right, it is. But for them, everybody clout chasing. So it's the way of the world right now.
Because cloud chasing don't get you nowhere. You got motherfuckers trying to have clout and trying to post shit, but living in their goddamn car.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nature of the beast, though.
Yeah, but chasing always means that you are a follower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you chasing it, you a follower. You just following. I mean, what you following? You gotta make sure whatever it is you following is worth following. Cause what the fuck is some street creds? I mean, I ain't never been nowhere to buy nothing. They say, oh, well, all right, and then we need $1,800 and 600 street creds. Motherfucker, what the fuck is that?
Right, or look, okay. Daryl go buy him a stereo at Walmart. That give him some street clout that say, hey, Daryl, you got clout now.
But
Because
I'm telling you, I'm telling.
Trying to show what they buy. Fuck that.
If Walmart got me clout though, I'm questioning a whole bunch of shit.
That's
right
what I was
now.
about to say. I get the point she making, but that ain't gonna cut it right there. I get the point she making, but as far as the way these kids dress and little kids, even my kid at 10, love to come back and tell you what the other kids wearing. Oh, they said that I ain't got the most up-to-date Nikes. I need Air Force Ones and all this stuff. They're making these kids all feel like they got to be rappers when they step out of first day of school. My oldest son be saying that I can't go to school looking bummy. I said, well, you better get a job, cause I can't afford for you to be looking like you're a rapper when you can't put 4 sentences together. I can't do that.
It's a lot of pressure on kids, man. And it's not just pressure from other kids. Sometimes parents unwittingly and unknowingly put that pressure on their kids them damn selves.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you like this here. When I was running track back there in 1970, and I came home and told my mama and daddy I need me some Converse track cleats and some Converse basketball shoes. They said, well, you better get your motherfucking ass a job, because right now you wearing Pro Kids.
God damn.
Wasn't nothing wrong. Wasn't nothing wrong with them kids. Wasn't nothing wrong with them blue tips.
Mario.
My daddy told me like this
And that's
here.
exactly what we're talking about, Mario.
And my daddy told me like this here. You see them brand new Oxfords you got on your feet, you better run up and down the basketball court until I get finished at my second job to get you your basketball shoes.
Yeah, because
right now you wearing them Oxfords.
You can't kill those shoes. You can't kill them, because I still tried to kill mine. I had some black and white ones, and I had some brown and tan ones. I tried to murder them shoes. They would not die.
They won't die.
Wait a minute.
You can't kill them shoes if you put them in a shredder.
They cost so much, but back then
you put them in the shredder, they'll still come out whole.
Yes.
People used to get their kids, they little babies, shoes, baby shoes that had little wooden motherfucking bottoms. They don't do that shit no more. They go straight to Nikes.
Buster Brown.
That's true.
No, they ain't busting shit. Them motherfucking Dollar Trees. Them motherfuckers
No.
ain't.
I'm talking to Donetta.
Oh, yeah, the Buster
Ain't no
Brown
Buster
shoes.
Brown store no more.
Buster Brown saddle Oxfords.
Oh, Lord.
That's why them shits cost so much money. That's why they told Roxanne, you gonna run up and down the court. Them motherfuckers. Because if you didn't,
I don't even know what Oxfords are, so.
man, they
And
was
I don't know. I
two-tone.
don't know
They
what
was two-tone
whatever she
shoes.
says.
You seen them? If you ain't never seen Happy Days.
Oh, you talking about them
Either
black eyed pea
and
looking
white
shoes?
or they
Oh,
either
okay.
black and white or brown and tan.
Oh, you talking about them black eyed peas? Okay,
Yeah,
Okay, but
you.
what
Black
was
Eyed
the
Peas.
that's what they
was
look
the
like,
other
black
name
eyed
she
peas.
called? What was the other name she called? Pro somebody.
Oh,
Pro
pro
Kids.
Kids,
kid.
they tennis shoes.
Pro Kids.
Yeah,
They're
but
pro
the
kids or
kids,
tennis shoes.
that was
Found
Pro
them at
Kids.
Newberry.
But Pro Kids was a name brand back then. Pro Kids what? There was Pro Kids, there was Converse, there was the Blue Tips, and that was it. Other than that, they was picking them
Okay.
motherfucking tennis shoes up in that little bin in the grocery store. You remember them motherfucking
Yep.
tennis shoes?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Roses.
You done got your shoes from the grocery store. They done picked up some ice cream and some tennis shoes for your ass at the same time. I'm just saying, if you had Pro Kids, you was doing good. You was name brand back then.
I might have to,
Oh Lord
I might have to
Jesus.
Google those. I might have
Yeah,
to
because
Google.
other than that, you was wearing fish heads. That's what they used to call them, fish heads.
That's what they call
Got them fish heads on.
Do y'all remember the green stamp store?
Yes.
S&H green stamps, hell yeah.
And the
Look,
gold bond
Yeah.
stamp store too.
look, they
That's
had
where all
Amazon.
the presents came from.
They had Amazon a long motherfucking time ago. Do you know what it was called?
The S&H Green Stamp store.
Nope, it was called Finger Hut.
Oh yeah, and that's still they still
I
have it.
got figured.
But I'm
That is-
saying, you know,
that's
Amazon done took the fuck over. I'm just saying,
No.
Finger Hut used to be the shit.
No, the shit was the S&H green stamp.
That was it first. That was it first. That was it first. And then when Finger Hut came along, they phased out. They phased that shit out. I mean, they
My
still
mama
helped,
would go
but
to the
they did a
grocery
good
store
job.
down in
Well,
the grocery
what
store
about the
that my mom went
old
to had
the
S&H
Sears
Green
catalog?
Montgomery Ward.
That brings back some memories right there. See, for me, in our age, when we grew up, that was
Montgomery
fucking porn.
Ward was
That
expensive.
was porn for me. That was porn for a lot of young men to look through that motherfucking catalog and see them women in them panties and shit. That's what porn was for us then. I'm telling you, that's what porn was for us. Seeing them catalogs, seeing them booty shapes. Now it's straight fucking kids can watch anything fuck nowadays. Just anything.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying how times have changed.
He's
The way
so-
there was no real nudie magazines. Playboy wasn't the thing that it became back then. See, I can remember that shit because I was nosy than a motherfucker.
Don't forgive me, Justin.
But yeah, that was the porn. Looking through that motherfucking Sears catalog, that J.C. Penney, looking at them women in them
Lord,
panties.
have mercy.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Your mama wondering why in the fuck is these pages stuck together? This a new
Oh my
book.
Lord.
No, actually,
He
in
ain't got
our
no
household,
sense.
the porn magazine was the National Geographic when they showed all of Africa
Yes.
with the bad
Yes.
titties.
Titties
My brother
everywhere.
went crazy.
Titties
Oh,
everywhere in National Geographic. It was titties. You couldn't wait to see if it was titties in this. It was gonna be some titties. It was like National Geographic. It was gonna be some titties in every issue.
That's
It
right.
was just a
That's
matter.
right.
Could you find them? Could you find them? They might be hidden titties.
All right, y'all. We at that point, y'all.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Oh,
Stupid.
have we done too much?
No. It's actually we had the point where it's time to wrap it up.
Maybe
now,
it's time.
Monkey Wards and Jack in the Crack was one of my first jobs.
Man, Montgomery Wards. I remember Montgomery Wards. I remember
Oh, Lord.
I remember Montgomery.
Okay, Mario, I
Sears,
think you might need to
JCPenney's.
take us up on out of here.
I do. I remember them shits. Y'all remember them shits too?
That
But
was
do
the
you
first
remember this?
The
Do
first
you
Kmart I
remember?
had was from Montgomery
Oh,
Ward.
do you remember the motherfucking Woolworth? Do you remember
Yes,
that?
sir. Yes, sir. They
But
called it the 5 and dime store.
Yes, the 5 and dime, the Woolworth.
Woolworth
Times have
had the
changed.
best chili dogs, though.
Oh,
Times have
Lord.
changed so much, man. I'm actually thankful. I'm actually thankful to have grown up during the time that I grew up, because I swear
Yes. It was a fun time.
it has got to be so difficult for a child now.
Yes.
It's got to be so difficult for kids. They don't even really get a chance to be kids the way we used to get a chance to be kids. People used to actually tell you, go outside and play.
Right.
I used to love going to Woolworths because you know why? As soon as we get done shopping, you get to go sit at the counter and eat the chili dogs and the French fries, and get the real milkshake. Get the real milkshake.
Yeah, we got to pass all of that shit and go to the McDonald's and get a shake. Yeah, we we passed all that up. We wasn't sitting down at the Woolworth nowhere. We was in that bitch trying to get some shit and get the hell up out of there. I'm just saying how I worked at my house.
They had the best club sandwiches. Oh my God.
That's where you learn this phrase right here. Now, baby, we getting ready to go up in this store. Don't you touch a damn thing.
Thank you.
You don't want nothing. You don't ask for nothing. You don't touch nothing.
That's right.
Don't look at nothing.
That's right. That's right.
Mama, can I get some French fry? Boy, I can make that at home.
Yeah. We got French fries at home. Got some potatoes. I've been just waiting to cut them because there wasn't a whole lot of bag French fries back then. They actually sliced some shit. So you have one of them things where you slice a potato and you put it in there and push the handle and it made French fries.
Ooh, we had one of them.
Yeah. Nowadays, motherfuckers try not to even put shit in grease. How the fuck you gonna fry some fish with no grease? I'm sorry, I'm ranting right now. What the fuck? Times have changed.
Yes, time have. So we at that point, y'all. We want to thank y'all for hanging out with us as you see how we do. Don't forget Wednesday Night Radio Takeover at gmail.com for y'all want us to discuss anything, just have any comments for people or anything like that. And don't forget to come join us and Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing 40 and Up Facebook group. Don't know why I'm waving my hands. But Daryl, go ahead and take us out.
Hold on, before Daryl does that, it is Wednesday Night Takeover at gmail.com.
What did I say?
Wednesday Night Radio Takeover. This is Wednesday Night Takeover at gmail.com.
Yeah, y'all listen to Andrea, folks. Don't make her have to do nothing to y'all or me for pronouncing it wrong. So Daryl, do your thing.
Well, I just hope that everybody enjoyed what we enjoyed. We like to talk about things. We like to be informed. We like to share our opinions. We like to share our thoughts, our laughter, our lives somewhat. So come on and join us in the group also. Ain't nothing like the real thing 40 and over. Well, 40 and up. I said 40 and over. That's new shit. Ain't nothing like the real thing 40 and up. Facebook. Come, we're like family. We actually try to do things and have meet and greets. You know, COVID stopped a lot of stuff, but didn't stop us. We still here. So come on and join us.
All right. Exactly what he said. Join us each Wednesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Beat Break 87 FM and part of the Reach One Network. Until next time, people, thank you for hanging out.